All right, showtime. You ready?
Born ready.
Great. Did you bring the dongle?
What's a dongle?
Never mind. We'll just show them on your laptop.
I was supposed to bring my laptop?
Don't panic. You shared the presentation with me, right?
I forgot.
Well, if you log in, then we can...
My password. I was about to say I forgot my password.
You ordered the food through EasyCater, right?
Yes?
We'll be fine.
Food can make or break a presentation, so make sure you order at EasyCater.com. Individually packaged food delivered right on time. How? EasyCater.
Hey, I'm Peter Bukowski, host of the Locked On Today podcast. Trying to stay on top of every big story in sports is a full-time job. I know, because it is my full-time job. But it's not yours. That's why we have a network of local experts ready to give you the inside scoop on everything you truly need to know in the sports world. And we do it every day to make sure you're always caught up on the latest and greatest in sports. Listen to the Locked On Today podcast every day on the Odyssey app or wherever you get podcasts.
All right, let's get a few of the ESPN responses to the drama going on there before we move on to the Cowboys. Once again, being put on HBO's Hard Knocks, whether you're happy or worried about it. Sean and RJ, Troy back from family vacation on DFW Sports Station. Rachel Nichols, Maria Taylor. Rachel saying she only got one of her promotions because of skin color, diversity, Black Lives Matter. LeBron's spokesman said he's tired of Black Lives Matter and the Me Too movement. He's just exhausted by all of it. So all of this played out over the weekend. What's the Autoflex Season fan text saying?
They're saying a lot of things. It's super unfortunate these ladies are in the middle of this because Maria is qualified and so is Rachel. And it's obvious that this was a diversity hire, which diminishes Maria's talent.
Yep.
Rachel's got a right to. Rachel has a. Oh, I can't talk. Rachel has a right to say what she said. Maria has a right to be offended. ESPN screwed it all up. Another one. ESPN is only the ones that have themselves to blame. That's it. They've got themselves to blame.
For what?
Here, for wanting to play the racial games.
Unless they think Maria Taylor's more qualified to go up there and host the finals.
Unless they do. But what Maria's saying is, I'm sorry, what Rachel's saying is like, it's a breach of contract. It's my contract. Wait till my contract's up.
Yeah.
Uncle Toms make their money by appeasing old white dudes.
Ooh.
That's a shot, I believe, at Steven Jackson and Kendrick Perkins.
Here's Steven Jackson with part of his reaction yesterday that the internet is not happy with.
How many times we as black people have said that we was qualified? We know we qualified. We know we qualified for the job. But we didn't get it because they gave it to the white person just because he was white. How mad were we? Because they looking out for their own. How mad were we? When you know you deserve the job and they give it to a white person just because he white. We've been dealing with that our whole life. And that pisses us off. We ain't getting recorded, but we say too behind closed doors. So I get it. I get it why Rachel mad. Rachel ain't never showed me no signs of being racist. But I would be mad too if I worked my whole life for a job and they gonna give it to a white dude just because Donald Trump in office, or just because a white kid got killed, and at the time it'll look better for a white person to have a job. I would be mad too.
Wow. Yeah. I give props to Steven Jackson. I know it'll be unpopular, and I know a lot of people will probably get upset by it. I know he's a pinata today. I give him props. I think he's brave, and I think what he's saying, I agree with a lot of it. I think a lot of it is accurate, and I don't care if it ticks anyone off because it's just I hate Clay Travis and Outkick and these other websites who they've picked an avenue. It's very hard to decipher sometimes trolling and picking an avenue and these TV networks, right? Like Fox and MSNBC and CNN. I just hate them all because they're so predictable. And Steven Jackson, to me, is not predictable. And when you're not predictable in what you say, I think you're keeping it extra real. And when I know what's going to come out of your mouth because you're trying to please your base, then I don't have a lot of respect for you. If I think you really, really, really genuinely believe it and you're not just trying to get clicks, I do have respect for you. I think Steven Jackson is like in an FU stage of life, and Matt Barnes. I think they keep it real. They tell it like it is. I've said Michael Wilbon does as well. They're not trying to placate. So even though it's unpopular, he's going to be called a sellout by his own race. I give Steven Jackson props.
Look, I do too. I mean, if he believes that that's the reason why Maria was given that job, then I mean, what he said makes a lot of sense because it's a lot of the same. It's just flipped, and if it's not right one way, then it's not right the other way. I give him props for keeping it real and going the opposite, and or not even the opposite, just going with what he thinks in that very moment, which we all should try to do. And I hear what you're saying about the predictability. Of Outkick or whoever it may be, or Fox or MSNBC.
Everyone. Let me be clear.
No, they're all predictable.
All predictable.
No, I mean, but like Clay went from being a Democrat to taking over for Rush Limbaugh in 3 years. Okay, it's one of the great turns in modern history.
Yeah.
And it's
now props to him for his money and his bank
holy
account.
Cow.
I just think he's a fraud. I could be dead wrong. Some people may think that I'm a fraud, but somewhere along the way, giving a balanced opinion went away.
Nobody likes balance.
You don't like balance, and because I was always like, why would I try to appease one segment of an audience by just giving this predictable angle versus all the audience? Why would I not give an opinion for this and then an opinion for that? And everyone watching or listening can say, hey, I like this or I like that. But somewhere along the way, someone changed the formula. I'm going to go all right or I'm going to go all left. And that became the model of business in media. Look at this radio station. Look at Sports Talk Radio. I mean, shoot, let's just freaking put it out there. Sports Talk Radio has a problem with a lack of black hosts and female hosts. Our previous boss, Jane Slater, and for that, what? And that's another problem that just came out of my mouth. It's always just black or female. We don't ever say where's your Hispanic host, where's your Asian host. Where's your this host? It always gets taken. So we have a problem with a lack of balance in sports talk hosts throughout the country. Our previous boss tried with Jane. It didn't work out. I think that our current regime is definitely created the biggest staff diversity in the city. I mean, that's not even close. It's not even a competition, and credit to them for that. But back to Rachel Nichols' initial point, I don't know this for a fact. It's my opinion because I would do it too. I would make some of the hires in my business to try to balance things out race and ethnicity wise and gender wise. I'm like, I can't just have an all white male staff. We have to create balance, diversity, and try to get every member of the audience listening or following the radio station. So I need an African-American woman. I need a Hispanic guy. I need a Chinese host. Like, just mixing it up. I think businesses and corporations operate off of that.
Oh, they absolutely do. I mean, you could hire an all-white male staff.
Equal opportunity.
You'd be spending a lot of your time in court, but I mean, I guess you could. But there's nothing wrong with being unique or diverse or inclusive. It just appears that Rachel's all for those things until they show up in her own backyard.
Or until her contract is violated. I didn't see any part that it was in her contract. It was in the New York Times article. Yeah. It was in that. So that's it. Yeah. So I'd be ticked as well. You just better be sure. Only you can answer whether your coworker is superior or inferior to you with talent.
I don't even know. Yeah, I mean, and most of the time you would think that they're definitely inferior.
No doubt. All of us would think that. We all think that we're underpaid. We all think we deserve the promotion. All of us.
I mean, I see a couple people in that room over there that are inferior to we are.
Well, I'm thinking of Reggie as an example. If Troy wanted to work, the Cowboys were playing in the Super Bowl. All right? And Troy has worked. I mean, this kind of. Am I getting in trouble for this segment, or am I just being?
No.
And so Troy has been like the Rachel Nichols of Cowboys broadcast for his entire time here. And if Troy wanted to work and produce the board for the Cowboys Super Bowl, and they were like, you know what, Reggie, you should do it. Is it insane for Troy to think in his mind, why would I get bumped out of this? I've been doing this for a decade. I want the game. Reggie's fairly new here. Why? And Rachel Nichols said what she was thinking, that it was because of diversity and having Maria Taylor on TV because of the fallout and effects of Black Lives Matter and Me Too.
Am I supposed to be playing recordings of me talking about Reggie off the air?
No.
Because I don't have them here in the system. I didn't know if you guys were surprising me.
Reggie can't eat donuts.
He can't eat these.
Man,
God, that guy smells so good
How many
all
did
the
he
time.
eat? Do you know?
Well, I mean, I assume I don't know if he took my box and just finished it.
He ate your box?
Simmer down.
He finished
what?
your box. He devoured the chocolate in your box. That's what you just said.
He did. I'm going to guess it was between 7 and 9.
Oh, not 6 and 9.
Not between 6 and 9.
I think this could go on my next resume tape for the company that should hire a half Indian American.
That's right.
Moving on down the road. There we go. So,
Meet you at the Y.
at the what?
At
Nothing.
the Y. Wow.
Go on.
Wow.
What is that? At the YMCA?
It's
Sure.
not.
Yeah.
What? I don't know the reference.
Well, just think about how the shape of a Y. I can't believe we're having this conversation.
877-881. Someone explain to me. I'm totally lost. 877-881-1053.
Oh,
I'm
sorry, Amanda.
Okay. You should have said another letter. Now I didn't know that was a reference. I didn't know that was a term. All right. Sorry.
What?
That hijacked things. Let's get back to the Cowboys. Happy as a fan or worried that they're going to be on Hard Knocks again? And who is viewing today's golf as absolute must-see besides RJ Choppy? Please get us out of this discussion next.
Oh, thanks, everyone. I have two announcements. First, we didn't use EasyCater for this meeting, which is why the food never arrived. Also, and I just thought of this, effective immediately, everyone will be paid in wildly volatile cryptocurrency. You're all now billionaires. And now you're broke.
Bad ideas happen when there's no food for the meeting. So make sure it's on time and as ordered from more than 80,000 restaurants. Now, EasyCater.
You're rich again. And now you're not.
Order 24/7 on EasyCater.com.
Crosstalk with the KMC Masterpiece coming up at 9:40. Is Bassick still going to be upset with RJ? We'll get into that in 20 minutes. Are you excited or worried as a fan? This has to be like 95% excited, right? I'm excited that the Cowboys are going on Hard Knocks. Now, you don't want to be on there because it means you haven't been successful as of late, but that was the news that came out over the weekend for the third time. Actually, the Cowboys will be the first team to make 3 appearances, and this is their 20th anniversary on HBO. 5-episode season will debut on August 10th at 9 o'clock our time. It was between us, the Broncos, Carolina, the Giants, and the Cardinals. How do you make it? Well, you're exempt if you have a new head coach, a playoff appearance in the last 2 years, or been on the show in the last decade. None of those stipulations applied to the Cowboys. I don't believe in jinxes. I don't believe in curses. I think a lot of this show is dedicated to, and dictated, by the way. Like I feel like NFL teams have an absolute ton of power and say in what editorial content is put out there and what is cut up and what is used. And I think of this as a show for the little guys. You know, we're going to find out these fun stories, personalities, interactions from some of the no-names because it's rooting for the little guy. We've seen it for years on this show. So-and-so is an undrafted. You know, you got to have your stories built up for cut down day. So I'm not worried about the bigger stars being distracted. Could be a little bit more of a distraction for Mike McCarthy, but I'm more excited than worried about this.
Well, as the fan text points out, what's there to be worried about? Going 8-8 and missing the playoffs again?
8-9, excuse
me. Or 8-9, or 9-8 and missing the playoffs?
Yeah, that would be a worry.
Well, I mean, what do you? If it's what normally happens anyway, what are you worried about? You already know how to cope. You're already used to it. That's the fan text, not me, boys and girls. I'm
excited that we're going to get on TV. Probably we're going to be out there in Oxnard as they're filming.
I know, right?
I guarantee you, RJ's nose will somehow make an appearance.
It will
on there.
It will, and you know what?
On the flight there,
hopefully.
That straw hat will make it on TV.
Straw. It's one of those like floppy sun hats. I love it.
More bucket hat appearances from Broadus or straw from RJ. I think it's going to be Broadus. Easily.
I hope it's the bucket because he pulls that off. You cannot pull off a straw hat.
Although Broadus will be kneeling on the sideline a lot more than you. RJ. I mean, I love watching RJ at practice. It's social hour. You see just how many people RJ knows throughout the media, and he just walking up and down. Hey. What's up?
Yeah, that's all it is.
You want to go to Lure tonight?
Sure.
We going to? You want to hit a golf course? Plans. You want to meet my new LPGA father-in-law in LA?
Oh, dang right, baby.
He just socializing. So I think RJ will be walking back and forth with the straw hat on Hard Knocks, and Broadus will be kneeling with the bucket.
It's not a straw hat like Toby Keith.
Wait, Toby Keith is the go-to straw hat guy?
Brett Michaels. It's not like a Kenny Chesney straw hat here.
That's
it's
a
like
cowboy. Okay.
It's like a sun straw hat. It's like flops down.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't care.
Yeah, it's going to be...
No one cares but you. You love this hat. You know what I'm going to get? I'm going to get one of those. Oh, no, those are Stetson hats the Cowboys have. I need to get an official, like, cowboy. I want to get a better hat than you in this what is this called? This section of shopping. I want to get a better hat than you because this $38 that you paid is like your entire reason for going to camp.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's impossible to get a better hat than me, Sean. Look, this is the hat. You're not going to find a better one than that. It
looks like a straw hat.
Yeah, I'm going to wear this on the airplane and everything. It's going to be great.
It's a straw bucket hat.
It's a poncho's hat. Is someone going to raise the flag every time they see you? That's what it is.
Yeah, I hope so.
Oh, my God.
Dave Campo hopped on the Fan this weekend. His famous line from when he was on Hard Knocks, according to RJ, was, what?
I don't wear no underwears.
He asked if this was good or bad news for America's team.
It's a little bit invasive, and that's the thing that I think that is a little tough. The one thing about the Cowboys, you're certainly the marketing part of the Cowboys. It's a great thing because everybody in the country gets an opportunity to either whether you like it or like the Cowboys or not. It's a good thing for the club, but for the players, it's not bad because I think they like the idea of being on camera and the national people seeing them every week. But for the coaching staff, especially in a year where you have a little bit of pressure on you to win, it's a little bit tougher, because you're constantly in the eye. And I think for Coach McCarthy, it might not be his favorite thing.
So I agree with that. Although I'm going to guess, although I don't know, did the Browns have editorial control when Todd Haley was fighting with Greg Williams and Hugh Jackson? That was played off Hard Knocks. And was the Amazon Cowboys thing a problem for this team? I didn't hear too many people crying and complaining about that were getting filmed. Remember the Amazon Prime show?
All or Nothing.
All or nothing. So I'm not worried about all that. There's conspiracy theorists out there.
I'm not worried about it, but I will say I think what we got out of All or Nothing was far better than what we will get out of Hard Knocks.
I agree.
Because I'm just going back and looking at some of these old clips of Hard Knocks from back in the day. Who Taylor Mays, Ray Young,
Leota.
Yeah, that guy too. There's so many random names of players in these clips that I have from 2013 and 2015 from old Hard Knocks episodes, and I'm like, that's what we're going to get. It's just like you guys said. If you're a rookie right now for the Cowboys and you're a Tolo right now as well, congratulations. You're going to get so much exposure right now.
What did All or Nothing give us? They gave us that Jason Garrett, I think it was a cold cut sandwich rant
I thought it was a Buddhist monk friend.
No, that was other times. But he was going off in this meeting. Gave us Dez having meltdowns.
Oh, yes.
With fighting some of the corners out there and then going off on his position coach. I remember in that meeting room.
So much of this Hard Knocks is going to be centered around Dak's ankle and Mike McCarthy.
And hopefully Zeke's improvement as his trainer hopped on the station as well and was like, faster, more elusive, trying to get him like Darren Sproles work done and LaDainian Tomlinson. And again, my biggest takeaway is not my excitement for Zeke's shape. It's my irritation of Zeke's shape over the past few years. That teammates, trainers, everyone's saying, yeah, you can just tell he's more focused. Like, I can't ever give an athlete a pass when they're not in their optimal condition and shape when they're starting their season. Like, I get it in terms of, you get tired during the year, but like Michael Jordan was always 215 and LeBron James is always like 240. That's why Shaq talking about LeBron, is a joke because Shaq was lazy and out of shape every single offseason. I would get on Romo a little bit. I'm like, is Tony Romo really in his best shape or has he got a little chub and flab on him? And the same thing goes for Zeke. You're a running back.
All right, showtime. You ready?
Born ready.
Great. Did you bring the dongle?
What's a dongle?
Never mind. We'll just show him on your laptop.
I was supposed to bring my laptop?
Don't panic. You shared the presentation with me, right?
I forgot.
Well, if you log in, then we can...
My password. I was about to say I forgot my password.
You ordered the food through EasyCater, right?
Yes?
We'll be fine.
Food can make or break a presentation, so make sure you order at EasyCater.com. Individually packaged food delivered right on time. How? EasyCater.
Got a hankering for a sessionable hazy IPA? Elysian Brewing's Contact Haze is just the brew for you. Order Contact Haze and your other favorite Elysian brews like Space Dust from ElysianBrewing.com today for free delivery. ElysianBrewing.com. Must be 21. Please enjoy responsibly.